Hey there, mystic friends. Welcome to my Libra solar eclipse transit forecast for all 12 signs. I'm Patricia Tate, your astrologer, blending traditional, Western, and evolutionary astrology techniques to guide you through this month's powerful transits. If you are new here, welcome to the community. I invite you to explore more about my offerings at willowgracemystic.com. For those returning viewers, thank you for sharing your support with me and for being here. It's a joy to navigate the universe together with you. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share as we dive into this month's cosmic current events. On October 2nd, 2024, we are going to experience this dynamic solar eclipse at 10 degrees of Libra. So this is a significant event. It really marks this turning point for each of us, especially in matters that are related to our relationships within balance, how we navigate through partnerships, whether it be for work or for pleasure. Now, solar eclipses are known for being these powerful shifts that bring about these endings, but they're also these new beginnings. This one in particular is really potent with the key planetary bodies that are involved with it. This will offer a last chance to truly address any of your relational imbalances on personal dynamics before we fully transition into the Virgo Pisces axis cycle. Now, the sun, it represents our core identity. It's about our vitality. It's how we express our authentic self to the world. In Libra, the sun is a light that it shines on themes of balance, harmony, fairness, equity. It asks us to align our identity with the principles of cooperation and collaboration. During this eclipse, the sun's energy, it's going to encourage you to embrace equilibrium, both between yourself and within your internal and your external relationships. The focus is going to be more on cultivating these healthy dynamics where each individual's needs are equally considered and they're honored. Now, the moon, it always governs our emotional internal world. It's about our intuition and our subconscious patterns. And so in Libra, the moon is now seeking emotional balance and wanting to search out peace. We might feel this heightened sensitivity towards how we connect with others. It's how these relationships affect our emotional well-being with others. This eclipse is really inviting you to reflect on your internal emotional balance and how you respond to others in your relationships. Now, are you seeking more peace at the expense of your own needs, or are you creating partnerships that nourish you emotionally? These are questions that may come up at this time. Together, the sun and the moon in Libra, it brings about this perfect blend of consciousness and subconscious energy. It's asking you to align your external goals, the sun, with your internal emotional needs of the moon. The eclipse represents a reset of how you integrate your sense of self with your desire for harmony in all types of relationships. Now, the South Node is here. So the South Node, it symbolizes our karmic lessons and our patterns or things that have come from the past that you are meant to release and let go. Now, in the sign of Libra, the South Node is encouraging you to let go of any outdated relationship habits that you may have, particularly those that are related to codependency or with people pleasing or avoidance of conflict. During the eclipse, the South Node may trigger some events that really push you to confront where have you been compromising too much or relying on other people for validation. Now, the universe is truly asking you to find these healthier ways to balance your relationships, one that honors both your individuality and your togetherness. Now, Mercury is also in play in the sign of Libra. Mercury is the planet of communication. It's your thought processes. It's how you express your ideas. In the sign of Libra, Mercury emphasizes diplomacy and fairness and tact in your conversations. Now, during the eclipse, conversations are going to be a key prospect at how do you resolve any imbalances within your relationships, within your partnerships, within your alliances. It's going to be a time for you to have this honest dialogue where both parties can be heard and that solutions are sought after a lot of communication that become fair and just for both parties. Mercury's role in an eclipse is to underscore the importance of clear and harmonious communication, especially in matters of partnership and cooperation. The solar eclipse is part of this Aries-Libra axis cycle, which began in July of 2023. The Aries-Libra axis is all about balancing the dynamics of the self and the other, me versus the we. And so over the past year, you have been learning how to navigate all types of relationships in your life without losing your personal power. The Libra eclipse, it represents this culmination of the lessons that you have learned and this shift towards a greater understanding of how can you create balance and harmonious relationships between all of the people that you are connected with. As you move out of this Aries-Libra cycle, you're going to be transitioning into the Virgo-Pisces eclipse cycle, which began on September 17th, 2024. Now, this new cycle is going to take these themes and shift the focus to themes of service and of healing and of spiritual growth, and emphasizing the balance between the practicality that comes with Virgo and the emotional spiritual insights that come from Pisces. Now, the Virgo-Pisces axis, it brings your attention to how you care for your bodies, your mind, your soul, your heart, your thoughts, your ideas. It's moving away from the interpersonal focus of Libra to a more holistic well-being for yourself. During this time, expect to have a focus on all types of partnership, whether they're romantic, relationship, professional, or familial. These are going to be the main topics of focus. The eclipse is going to shine this light on all types of imbalances, asking you, are you ready to reassess the give and the take of the dynamics within your connections with others? Expect changes that can either strengthen or release relationships, depending on where they align for your best and highest good. Now, the South Node's influence here is going to suggest that you're going to have a time to let go, to release and let go of any relationship patterns that no longer serve you. This might involve releasing unhealthy dynamics or shifting how do you approach partnerships in order to create more balance. Now, with the solar eclipse new moon energy, this is going to be a really perfect time that you're going to want to work on fulfilling these relationships and reflecting on what do you truly need within partnerships and how can you create connections that are both supportive and balanced. Mercury in Libra here is going to encourage you to have open, fair communication through phone, text, email, nonverbal, verbal. Take this opportunity to have these important conversations, especially in areas where there might have been misunderstandings or imbalances, in order for you to have this clear, thoughtful dialogue that can lead to positive resolutions for yourself. The eclipse is going to be this turning point that as you prepare to leave the Aries-Libra nodal axis and push it behind you and shift into the Virgo-Pisces cycle. The Libra eclipse serves as this culmination of the lessons that you've learned about all types of relationships and balance and boundaries. Reflect on how your relationships have evolved since around mid-2023 and how you have navigated these balances between honoring yourself and how do you maintain these harmonious connections with others. This eclipse, it offers the final opportunity in order for you to just tie up any loose ends before moving into this next phase of growth for yourself, where the focus is now going to shift for healing, service, and spiritual evolution. offerings this month. Join my Patreon community for exclusive astrology content. As a member, you're going to gain access to ad-free content, early forecast, monthly live tarot and astrology Zoom sessions. It's the perfect space for you to dive in deeper into all the currents of the cosmos that are guiding your life. Go to the link below in the description, explore all the membership tiers and benefits. Special for Libras, celebrating your birthday with a personalized solar return reading at a special rate. Use code Libra10 to enjoy this limited time discount at checkout. Schedule your appointment today and discover what the universe has in store for your year ahead. And additionally, I am offering live astrology consultations every other Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Reserve your spot and get in the queue. Spaces do fill up fast, so be sure to sign up using the link below. I look forward to connecting with you and helping you to navigate your unique journey. So let's dive in. So for Aries Sun and Aries Rising, you are having this eclipse in your 7th house of partnership. So the 7th house for you represents business partners, significant others. It's love, contractual agreements. The 7th house I always refer to as you plus somebody else, the +1 house. This house could represent business partners, significant others, clients, one-on-one relationships. It's about social contracts and promises. It's the house of negotiation and cooperation. The 7th house it can be open enemies and exes. It's about trust and connection with others. And so all types of partners and all types of relationships are going to be highlighted for this eclipse. Now, the Libra solar eclipse happening in your 7th house is really going to emphasize all types of partnerships for you, both personal and professional. This eclipse is going to be offering you a chance to address any power dynamics that there could be imbalances. Now, this could be you overcompensating or overcompromising in your partnership dynamics that could be with a business partner or a best friend or a significant other. Also, clients are in this house. And so you might feel prompted to reevaluate how your relationships serve your personal growth and for yourself of sense of whether it's romantic or business or legal relationships. The changes that can happen during this time, they can really push you to seek out more fairness, more equity. Existing partnerships that you have now may undergo like a renegotiation or even a disillusionment. Remember, eclipses are major endings and they're major beginnings. Eclipses eclipse people, places, and things into our life and out of our life for like major endings in order to have a true beginning. And so these existing partnerships, there could be a disillusionment of sort, while there could be these new opportunities for partnership that align better with you, with your values, or with your group dynamics can now emerge from this, this series. This house also governs for you your public relations. So how you connect and how you present yourself is going to be really crucial during this time period. Now, this eclipse may also lead to big shifts in your relationship patterns over the next 6 months. Remember, this is a new moon, fresh start, clean slate, new beginning. And so it's pushing you to redefine how do you relate with others on a more deeper, intense level. This can also be a time that you want to let go of any outdated relationship dynamics and focus more on partnerships that can reflect your true self. This eclipse is really saying, I want you to focus on rebalancing all of your relationships. I want you to address overcompromise of where you do too much. Libra is the scales. It's all about finding equity. It's seeking fairness and equity within partnerships. And so this is going to be a great time for new beginnings in relationships that you can renegotiate dynamics in your existing ones. So Aries, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology forecasts. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community using the link below. If you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of the latest updates. So for Taurus Sun and Taurus Rising, you are having your eclipse in your 6th house. So you've been familiar with this for the last 6 months, or actually the last year. And so the 6th house represents your mental, physical, spiritual health, well-being. It's your day-to-day habits. It's where we find a balance between your home and your career. The 6th house is also the house of pets. It's the house of where we find a mentor or a guide. It's where we take care of and nurture ourselves. It's the house of nutrition and diet. The 6th house also brings in a relationship with our coworkers, and it brings in employees, and it's the house of how do I end these old habits. And so having an eclipse, which is a new moon in this house, this eclipse is affecting all of your daily habits, all of your general work, all of your mental health, your physical health. You are now really encouraged to assess your work-life balance in order for you to make these necessary adjustments for your best health and well-being. It is under the spotlight. It's under the magnifying glass. This house also is connected to your service to others. How do you support and how do you give to other people? How do you show up in their lives? And so you might feel compelled to evaluate how are you contributing to others, or to whether it's affecting your own health. Having an eclipse here brings into the limelight, if I'm giving too much, then I'm no longer donating my time and I'm being of service. I am now being the slave of. It's like enslavement of. And so there's this fine line. And so this eclipse is going to be a really good time for you to incorporate these new health practices and to improve your diet in order for you to set these boundaries on at work, leaving work at work, in order for you to avoid burnout, and how you show up for other people. And are you taking care of your wants, needs, and desires first before caring and nurturing for other people? Now, there could be a new job or a project or a shift in your responsibilities that can now be illuminated or come up, prompting you to rethink your work environment or your relationship with your coworkers. There can be big changes that you need to implement in your your day-to-day routine or your work-life balance during this eclipse that may now set the foundation for better health and better productivity for you to experience or to grow into over the next several months. Expect it to be gradual but impactful, because the shifts in your approach is about self-care and service. Now, you need to make sure that you create this, the time that you can set aside to have a healthy balance in your day-to-day routines, and in order to nurture like vitamins, supplements, chiropractor, doctor. The 6th house is alternative healthcare practices, and making sure that you can use this time to set these new goals to improve your well-being, to ensure that you're not sacrificing too much of your energy in order to be of service to other people. So Taurus, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community using the link below. If you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the latest updates and insights. So for Gemini Sun and Gemini Rising, this eclipse is occurring in your 5th house. Now, the 5th house for you represents the house of creativity. It's romance, it's children, it's where we take a risk. The 5th house is where I search out joy and pleasure for myself. It brings about recreation, it's creative self-expression, it's creative outlets. The 5th house can represent dating and love affairs and all types of leisure activities. It's also the house of gambling or investments. It's literally the house of where I'm willing to step outside and take a risk for myself. And so having a solar eclipse in your 5th house is really shining a spotlight on all types of creativity. This can be art or music or anything that brings you joy and pleasure. Now, it could be about romance. This could be self-expression. You might feel drawn to begin a new or start a new creative project or to dive deeper into an existing one. The fifth house is about joy and play and expressing yourself authentically, and like being who you are, being in your own skin. And so this can be a period where romantic relationships, they may now shift, perhaps taking on a new dimension, or there can be some sort of a fresh start. And so if you have children, this eclipse may bring attention to what their needs are in order to prompt you to reconsider how are you parenting or what is happening with your children. Remember, eclipses, they eclipse people, places, and things in and out of our life. And so since this is the house of children, this can eclipse major events within your children's charts or for your children. And so the eclipse, it's pushing you to possibly reconnect either with your children or reconnect with some sense of fun, creativity, love, potentially for you sparking these romantic interests, or to reignite these existing an existing connection and like a past lover. Now, the seeds that you plant now, they're going to be in creative projects. They're going to be in romance that might grow significantly over the next 6 months, bringing you deeper fulfillment and joy within your life and making it a day-to-day habit. It's going to be a time that you're going to want to focus on passion or personal enjoyment, personal happiness for yourself. This eclipse is going to be a time for you to truly tap in and embrace the creative energy and pursue these new romantic or artistic endeavors within your day-to-day habits, like reaching out and connecting to people, taking the risk. Focus on joy, self-expression, and perhaps there can be this approach, the way that you shift your approach to either your children or the way that you experience parenthood. So Gemini, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community using the link below. If you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the latest updates and content. So for Cancer Sun and Cancer Rising, eclipses are always important to you because you are ruled by the moon. And so this eclipse is illuminating your fourth house of home and family, your foundation. The fourth house represents your personal life, your living situation. It's the foundation of which you build your life upon. It represents all types of topics that revolve around real estate or property. It's not just the house you live in. It can be the city, the state, and the country. And so it can represent your living situation. Having an eclipse illuminating these topics for you, you're now going to be focused on what does your home life look like? What does your family look like? Your emotional foundation. The challenges that are coming to your living situation can now be brought to light, such as moving or renovations or family dynamics that could be shifting. This house also represents your roots and your emotional security. So you might be called to address any of those unresolved issues. It's the house of like grandparents and parents and like your genealogy and your DNA. And so you're looking at addressing any unresolved issues either from your past or from your childhood that could be influencing or playing a major role on your personal, like, present time. This is going to be a time that you're going to be able to build a more solid emotional foundation, possibly by healing past wounds or creating a more harmonious family environment for the people that live within your household. There can be a child that leaves or a child that moves back in. Remember, eclipses eclipse people, places, and things in and out of our life. And so this eclipse, it may push you to reassess what is home to you and how can you cultivate this sense of belonging and security for yourself. The emotional work that you do now is really going to strengthen your foundation for the coming years. Expect the transformation in how you relate to your family, how you relate to your home life, as well as deepening your connections to your roots. It's kind of like wanting to grow your roots roots stronger. Pay attention to any of the shifts that happen within your home and your family life right now. Use this time to create this supportive, balanced domestic environment and address any emotional wounds that are tied to family dynamics at this time. So Cancer, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community using the link below. And if you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the latest updates. So for Leo Sun and Leo Rising, the sun is your chart ruler. So wherever it is, it's really important for you to always follow. And right now it's going to be in an eclipse with the moon. So the sun and the moon are together, unifying their energy. And it's in your third house of communication. This represents your neighbors, your siblings, your cousins. The third house is you connecting with people outside of in your day-to-day living. So this could be at the dog park. It could be at the grocery store. The third house is where we formulate our thoughts and our ideas. It's where we gather information and we disseminate it and share it back out. It's new skills of how we acquire them, and through gossip or email or news. And so having an eclipse in your third house is really drawing the attention onto all the ways that you communicate, all types of learning, taking classes or workshops, your relationships within your siblings, or your relationships with your local community. You might feel this urge to really refine, how do you express yourself? How do you share ideas, especially in personal and in a professional setting? This house also governs short distance trips, and so there can be opportunities to travel or these new experiences that can come closer to home. Relationships with your siblings or neighbors or other people that you meet on your day-to-day living, that they might shift at this time. Remember, eclipses eclipse people, places, and things in and out of our life. And so this could prompt you to truly reassess, how do you communicate and how do you collaborate with others? What does this look like? And so this could be a spark or an interest that you have in either learning or teaching or writing, or offering you these opportunities in order to expand your knowledge, or for you to share your wisdom and knowledge with others. The third house is like learning and taking in classes and workshops, but everything is like closer to home. The changes in how you communicate and engage in your immediate environment, they may lead to more clear, more thoughtful interactions with with other people in the future for you. And there can be these new learning opportunities that could open up doors that offer you this intellectual and personal growth. I encourage you to focus on improving your communication and making these connections within your local environment, because this is really a good time for learning, teaching, and resolving any issues that you have with your neighbors or your siblings or your cousins. So Leo, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community using the link below. And if you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the latest updates. So for Virgo Sun and Virgo Rising, this eclipse is occurring in your second house. The second house represents your money, your finances, your resources, your cash, your property. The second house is your work ethic. It's your mental, physical, spiritual resources that you need in order to feel secure. It is the house of income and the house of your possessions. And so this eclipse in your second house really is going to shine a spotlight on your finances, your values, your self-worth. You might feel drawn to reassess your financial strategies in order to truly align them with your core values. Are you earning enough money in a way that reflects with who you are or what you believe in? you might need to rework your approach to spending or your approach to saving or investing. Remember, this is all about your cash, your property, your resources. This house also represents your sense of self-worth. And so this eclipse may prompt you to evaluate how your material and your emotional resources, how they're connected. And it's asking you to create a more balanced environment in your financial world in order for you to let go of any limiting beliefs about your ability to attract abundance. The financial decisions that you make now and the shifts in your self-worth, they are now going to, they will be illuminated, brought to the light, because remember, eclipses eclipse people, places, and things in and out of our life. And so it will shine a spotlight, and it'll be playing out over the next several months, helping you to create a more stable and prosperous future for yourself that is aligned with your core values. Take time to evaluate your finances, your sense of self-worth. Set these goals for your financial growth and make sure that your values are in alignment with your material pursuits. So Virgo, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community page using the link below. And if you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the latest insights and updates. So for Libra Sun and Libra Rising, this eclipse is all about you. It's happening in your first house of self, identity, your appearance, you being seen. The first house is what we present to the world. It's how the world sees us. I always say it's like your business card or your website. And so having an eclipse in your first house, it signals these major personal changes that are going on within you. Remember, eclipses eclipse people, places, and things in and out of our life. And so this is a time for self-reinvention. You focusing in on how do you present yourself to the world. You may feel the need to redefine your goals or your appearance or how you assert yourself with like individuality or within your relationships, because Libra wants to find a balance. This transformative period is here to help you align for your personal desires with the needs of your for partnership. This is an opportunity to create a balance that serves both your needs and the needs and wants and desires of others. Your identity, your self-image, the way you assert yourself, all of these can now undergo this profound transformation. This is a time to put yourself first, for you to focus on your personal growth, especially in regards to your goals and your ambitions. Remember, this is all about you. The identity shifts that occur now during this eclipse, they're going to have these lasting effects that are setting the stage for personal growth and these new beginnings in how you present yourself to the world. And so focus on self-reinvention and your own personal goals. This eclipse is an opportunity to balance what your needs are with the needs of you with others within your relationships, in order for you to create this harmony between your personal expression and within your partnership sectors. So Libra, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community page using the link below. If you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the latest updates and insights. So for Scorpio Sun and Scorpio Rising, this eclipse is occurring in your 12th house. So the 12th house for you is spirituality, subconscious, solitude. The 12th house is where we go to be alone, either for isolation. This could be hospitalizations, this could be rehab, or this could be yoga, this could be meditation. The 12th house is what takes me away from my day-to-day living. And so it's about tapping into my intuition, my dreams, the Akashic records. It's shamanic work. It's where we deal with our shadow self. And so the eclipse occurring in your 12th house offering you brand new beginnings in order to release and let go. So this brings a huge spotlight on or attention to your subconscious, your spirituality, or any hidden emotional patterns. You are engaged in focusing on what goes on behind the scenes. The 12th house is the hidden house of what people cannot see, but you are going through, like when you close your eyes and you are alone or within yourself. And so you're encouraged to spend some time in solitude, focus on your spiritual growth or your emotional health and well-being. Any unresolved psychological patterns, they may now surface at this time, allowing for you to release and transform. The 12th house is the house of karma. It's the house of healing and renewing. This is going to be a time that you can reflect on your past actions and address any deep-seated fears that you may have or any emotional baggage that you're still holding on to. The 12th house is also associated with endings, and so you might experience closure on an issue that's been troubling you for a long time, so you can release it, heal, and move on. The 12th house is the house of like the broken record that we hear within our head of what people have said to us about our limitations or what we say to ourselves or what we believe in ourselves. And so since it's associated with endings, this can be a time where you can release yourself of this. This will be an ideal moment for spiritual practices like meditation and journaling, which can help you navigate these internal shifts that you're going to be going through. The emotional healing and spiritual growth that takes place during this eclipse is really going to have this profound impact on your inner world that's leading to greater clarity and peace in your months ahead. Focus on spiritual growth, focus on emotional healing, because this is a time of deep reflection, of letting go of any old patterns that are holding you back and embracing solitude for inner transformation. So Scorpio, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community using the link below. And if you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the latest updates and insights. So for Sagittarius Sun and Sagittarius Rising, you are having an eclipse in your 11th house. Now the 11th house is your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals, your friendships, your community. The 11th house is it belongs to like social groups. This can be where you work, the network that you work with, or where you want to volunteer with, or groups and networks like a book club or a bowling league, or groups and organizations that you want to become part of. And so having the eclipse in your 11th house of your friendships, your socials, like networks, or your long-term goals, you might experience these shifts in your friendships or in how you engage within these groups or these organizations. Remember, eclipses eclipse people, places, and things in and out of our life. It is like endings and these new beginnings. And so you might be asking, are your connections with others balanced? Are they supportive? This is going to be an ideal time for you to truly reassess your involvement within certain social circles or within your community projects, ensuring that do these align with your best and highest good, with your personal values, with your aspirations. Additionally, this eclipse, it might bring about clarity in your long-term goals, in how your social network can help you to achieve them. The 11th house is who do I align with in order to get to where I want to be, either through work or for joy and pleasure. And so the intentions that I would focus on would be to build these meaningful connections that can support your visions for the future. The changes in your social connections and your aspirations can bring about these new opportunities. This could be leaving this group, leaving this organization, finding one that I resonate with better, or taking taking the lead in the group, or being more supportive of, and wanting in order to help support. How can this group help support you so you can achieve your long-term goals over the next several months? So you might be reassessing your friendships, you might be reassessing your long-term goals. Use this time to create these new connections that help to align you better with your aspirations. Focus now on how you can contribute to your community in meaningful ways. So Sagittarius, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community using the link below. And if you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss the latest updates. So for Capricorn Sun and Capricorn Rising, the eclipse for you is happening at the top of your chart. This is your career sector, your reputation, it's your goals. The top of the chart is how other people look up and they see you. And so it's your career, your life path, your public life. It's usually business related, promotions. Sometimes it's the legacy that you want to leave behind. The 10th house is your personal ambitions. It's your responsibilities, and it's about achievement. And so having a Libra solar eclipse here, activating your 10th house, it governing your career, your public image, and your long-term achievements, it's really signaling this period of significant professional change. This could be, remember, eclipses eclipse people, places, and things in and out of our lives. And so you might be pushed to reassess your career, your current career path, or leadership roles, or your reputation with others. This can be an ideal time for you to consider whether your public image truly reflects your true aspirations. Having the eclipse here, it brings you these new opportunities for advancement or leadership roles or a change in responsibilities. Sometimes eclipses here can eclipse the job, or it can eclipse people, places, and things in and out of our life. So leaving one job, going to another, a major shift of some sort. If you've been feeling stuck or like not feeling like you are moving forward within your current career, this can be a moment that you might seek out a new direction that aligns with your personal values and your goals, because it's offering you these opportunities either for advancement or leadership or definitely responsibilities. Over the next 6 months, the decisions that you make now are going to be bringing to light your career, your public image within your professional life for the long term. Remember, this is highlighting this area of your life. So it's going to be this period of transformation that may elevate your status or lead to a significant career shift for you. So focus on your career, your public image. This is a really great time for you to reassess your professional path and set these new goals of what do you expect for success and for achievement. So Capricorn, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community using the link below. And if you are looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss the latest updates. So for Aquarius Sun and Aquarius Rising, you are having this eclipse in your 9th house, which represents cross-cultural experiences, people, places, and things that are foreign to you, belief system, travel. It's taking a class or taking a workshop, traveling somewhere farther away, legal matters, having work published. This eclipse activating your 9th house is the realm of higher education or travel or your belief system, in that you might now feel called to expand your horizons, whether it be through learning or through travel or through some type of spiritual growth. This house, it really governs your belief systems and your philosophies. Having the eclipse here can truly prompt you to reassess, what do you believe? What are your beliefs and your actions, and where have you gathered this information, and is it outdated? Do you have new information that has asked you to reassess what your beliefs are. This will be a really great time to set these goals for intellectual and spiritual exploration. You might feel drawn to study either new topics or embark on a significant journey, because this is cross-cultural experiences. It's foreign people, places, and things. It's having the broader mind and thoughts. Now, this could also be a change in your approach to education that could now likely emerge from this. The shifts with your worldview and your pursuit of knowledge during this eclipse may lead now to profound personal growth that opens you up to new opportunities for intellectual and spiritual expansion over the next several months. Like, this is not just expanding who you are, it's your mind, it's your thoughts, it's your ideas, it's your beliefs. And so it's eclipsing old, outdated, and it's bringing in new, eclipsing out the old, eclipsing in the new, a huge new moon. So this is a huge time for this personal growth that comes through learning, exploration. This eclipse is encouraging you to expand your knowledge, to reassess your beliefs, and to embrace the opportunities that come to you for adventure or higher education. So Aquarius, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community using the link below. And if you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the latest updates. So for Pisces Sun and Pisces Rising, this eclipse is occurring in your 8th house. The 8th house for you is the house of shared resources. It's you connected with other people, or where you are invested, either money-wise or emotionally invested. It could be through exes with alimony and child support. It can be with a business partner or significant other. The 8th house is the house of deep bonding, and it's also the house of other people's money and values and opinions. It's our retirement. It's bankruptcy, losses, personal sacrifice. It's the house of transformation after we have dealt with a huge loss. And so it's the house of deep psychological transformation. Think of it as a snake shedding its skin. When a snake has grown too big or bigger, it needs to shed its skin in order to leave the old behind. That's what having an eclipse in your 8th house is. When it falls in your 8th house, it's emphasizing you needing to go through some type of a transformation. It's whether it be with intimacy or whether it's with shared resources with business partners, significant others, or exes. This is going to be a time for you to experience these deep emotional work that you need to put forth around issues that could be about trust or intimacy or financial partnerships. All of this can definitely come to light. Eclipses eclipse people, places, and things in and out of our life, and they shine a light on areas that we need to work on. And so you might need to renegotiate some shared resources, such as joint finances or property with other people. The 8th house also governs your emotional and your psychological transformations. And so you might be pushed to truly confront your fears or taboos or any unresolved traumas. The 8th house is the house of taboo topics, of where we don't bring a lot of things to the light. So having an eclipse here is offering you an opportunity for healing and renewal, and allowing you to let go of these old patterns that have been holding you back. This could be intimacy in relationships, whether it's emotional or financial. This could be the center of the theme that you'll be working on during this period. The personal transformations that you undergo during this eclipse, they're going to have these lasting effects on your emotional and your financial life. So these are paving the way for deeper connections with others, so you can have a stronger sense of empowerment. Focus on the transformation and the deep emotional work, because this eclipse is encouraging you to address the intimacy issues, to renegotiate anything that has to do with shared resources, and embrace your personal growth through vulnerability. So Pisces, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community using the link below. And if you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the latest updates.